Hey, friends. Um, I am coming at you with another, I was going to call it a late night post. What that means is it's getting on towards 11 o'clock. And and in my current lifestyle, a that's a that's a bender, that's a rager. And what I have been reflecting on today, I had a day essentially at home with with my daughter, with Annalise, until we came up to Santa Fe, which is why you're seeing this backdrop. But we had a day at home, and we had a day at home yesterday, and it looks like we may have another one tomorrow. She was sick yesterday and the day before. Well, no, she was sick today when she woke up, and yesterday. By tomorrow, she's unlikely to be too under the weather. She was already feeling pretty good this evening, but we'll see. But we're in Santa Fe, so I don't know if we're going to make it to school on time. I've been reflecting on something though, with regard, because I've spent so much time around my daughter. I think I'm turning back to the parenting window, the parenting angle, and I found myself remembering something that I learned early on. Early on, I learned that when I was with my daughter, I needed to be willing to be 100% with her. Not distracted, not on my phone, not thinking about something else, not having a priority that says I need to be doing something else. And if I could do that, if I could actually be that present, then suddenly she would relax. And I could generally do whatever I needed to do. But doing what I needed to do, or what I felt I needed to do, had to be second priority to being present with her. If I made it more important than being with her, she would grab at me and she would hang on for dear life, and she would just, and this is like before she could really even talk. This was just like when she was a baby, and up into like early toddler years. And so what I learned from that was that's how it is with parenting. The kids don't need to actually be the center of your attention all the time. That would be insane, and nobody would get anything done. But they do need to feel that they are your number one priority. In other words, if they are demanding to be center of attention, they need to feel that they can have that. Now, there are times when it's impossible, and it's, and those are the rough times when you just kind of, there's no, like, something is urgent enough or significant enough, important enough, you have to just put your attention somewhere else, and there's just kind of no other person to jump in, no support around. I've had those moments. But far more often, if I simply transmit that she's my number one priority, and do that and manifest that in my actions, whatever I'm doing, I'll take my attention off and put it on her if she demands it. Once she verifies that that's the setup, she eventually stops testing it. She eventually stops needing to continually verify that. And then you get a little bit of headspace. You get a little room to maneuver. And I think I remembered that today, this lesson that I learned. I think I remembered it because I felt like I was, you spend 2 or 3 days straight with your kid, like morning till night. And these are ostensibly weekdays, work days, when there's other stuff I could be doing. Nothing's burning down around me. I can put these emails or this communication or this writing, whatever the project is, I can put it off for a day or two without it being, some kind of massive problem. But it's there in the background. It's gnawing at me. Time is ticking, and I'm not doing certain things that probably want to get done at some point. And I felt like my conviction in this sort of principle of prioritizing my child, of letting her know she's number one, which goes for partners, by the way, as well, I've noticed. But I felt like that was slipping a little bit. I was starting to need to be in my phone when in a moment when she kind of wanted me to be engaged with her, or need to do some work in the kitchen or whatever it was, when she kind of wanted me to be playing with her. And so, in other words, I've had to reaffirm for myself that this lesson is really how it works. This is how it works. You gotta make them number one, and then you'll get the headspace. Because the thing is, the reason why it's hard is because you think if you give them your full attention, then the thing that you actually feel is so important that's not getting done is going to melt down, or you're just going to not have the time for it, or it's just going to the time will get away from you. You won't be able to handle it, whatever. Your mind spins these stories. Like if I let her have my full attention, then I won't be able to get this other thing done. And it's not true. It's just not true. What is true is that if you continue to not give her your full attention, then there will be a continual struggle. Then neither thing will ever feel like it's being fully done. The only way to make both things feel like they are being fully done is to give 100% over here first, and then use the leftovers over here. And there will be enough leftovers. There will be enough room to do potentially a lot of other things. But you got to know your priorities. And they've got to know your priorities. They've got to feel your priorities. And I was imperfect at that today, and probably yesterday. And so I'm saying it to myself because I know how true it is. I know there's really no other way for it to work. And so I'm going to wake up tomorrow and do better. It's good. I'm saying it not only because I want that for my daughter, right? Like I don't want her to get the feeling that I'm only partly there for her. Which, this is pretty subtle, by the way. It's not, I was still with my daughter all day long. We made 2 different birds' nests in the backyard. They're big enough to be like for like dinosaur birds to like nest there. We made food together. We practiced violin. I mean, we were like this all day long. Yesterday, not so much, but today. But if having felt what it can feel like when she's super secure and she really knows she's got me, and the ease that then sort of ripples into everything else, having had that feeling, it's also very evident when that's not what's happening. So that's where I am today, folks. Just reminding myself of an important lesson that I'm hoping goes in one layer deeper. So I appreciate you. Thanks for watching. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon.